And this one is just getting you a little bit ready for the AP class. Sometimes we have to solve things with graphing technology. This one could be on the exam because you could solve it without graphing technology. So if you had graphing technology and you want to solve an equation like this, you can always put one part into y1 and one part into y2 and find out where they intersect. So I'll do that. I'll go to my y equals on my graphing calculator, clear out whatever else I have in here, and I'll write the square root of 3x minus plus 2. And in y2, I'm going to write negative 6 plus x. Often students just hit graph to see if they see the graphs already. I do, which is kind of nice. If you don't see the graph, you have to think about the y1 graph and the y2 graph and use your graphing skills and try to figure out what window you should use. In this case, I want to find out where they intersect, and they look like they intersect just a little bit right of what I can see. So I can go to my window and say, I need to see more to the right. So maybe I go up to 20. And maybe it'll need to go higher, so maybe I'll go up to 20 on my y as well. And see, is that enough to see where they intersect? Yes. So now I can go second, calculate number 5, where's the intersection? Enter, 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 and it tells me at 12.21. 216. That rounded correctly, 12.217 is going to be my answer. So if you have a graphing calculator, I rounded to 3 decimal places, then I read my question again, and it says round to the nearest 10. If you didn't have a graphing calculator, we have to remember from grade 11, how do you solve square root equations? Well, you want to get rid of the square root. How do you get rid of a square root? By squaring, right? And if we want to square, we need to make sure that that square root is all by itself, which it is on one side. So if I squared both sides, this side would become 3x plus 2. And if I squared this side, I'm going to have to FOIL it out. It's going to become 36 minus 12x plus x squared. So you'd have to multiply that out and FOIL it out and do all the distribution. Then, what kind of equation is this? This equation is a quadratic equation. So I can make one side 0 by subtracting the 3x and subtracting the 2 over to the other side. Where did I get the what?
Oh, right.
We're good? Okay. And then, this is not factorable. Kind of a hint, because we already know the answer is 12.2. We'd have to use our quadratic formula, negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4 times a times c over 2 times a. Again, things like your quadratic formula, as you're getting ready for next year, the more formulas you can memorize, the better, especially your identities. And that also helps you on your exam coming up, because you recognize things quicker if you have them memorized. Just going to simplify this inside here. Plus or minus the square root of 89 over 2, which gives us one answer of the 12.2 that we had before, and the other answer of 2.8. And what happens when you do it algebraically is whenever you're solving a square root equation, you always have to check that your answers work. And the 2.8 answer, when you check it on the right-hand side, negative 6 plus 2.8 is still a negative number. But a square root of anything always comes out as a positive number. So this answer is extraneous. And that is question number 9 you can circle.